take out.
Okay. But no, the idea is you guys are feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is a little bit to, let's imagine that you need to explain a little bit this thing to your juniors, no? What you have done. But basically, what is the thing that you guys have done? You have been done in the semester 1, no? In the 4th year, right? Then the semester 2, okay, you have been studying master planning. Then you were doing the long span structure. And then the second semester, you guys were doing a high-rise building. So how was the experience designing this thing?
As for me, in the first semester, we have to plan for an oven and also a market. So we have some kind of like a group work together. So in a group work, like we have learned a lot of experience. We got a lot of experience in the group work because like we have to work with other people and we have to share our opinions. And so we have some kind of like we have some problem with the group that we try to solve and we try to get the best version of our group project. Yeah, that's how we are going to be in when we have to work in our future.
But that one is you feel okay working in team?
Yeah.
Yes. Because the thing that you are saying is very beautiful, but there is a lot of comments from from the students to me complaining. This student doesn't work. I don't want to share. I don't want to share the grade because he didn't do anything. So one thing is what is beautiful to say, especially in front of a camera. Okay. The reality is that do you feel comfortable working in a group and selling your grade?
It depends on the people.
Depends on the people.
Yeah, depends on the people who I have to work with. Yeah.
But you cannot choose, no? Because
Yeah,
they give you, then you put in one group. Okay. Then you satisfied? Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I was satisfied because that's how we work together with the people. Yeah, we were all okay.
And satisfied with the result? Did you like the product that you did in the master planning? Or now, since we already passed this thing, and then you passed that subject, do you think that you can do something better? You could do something better? Or
Yeah.
you need to review it? You will modify something? Or did you say something to will you say something to your juniors, no, about how to address how to address this issue about working in team?
The most important thing is you put your idea on the same page with everyone. What happened with us is like there's like total of 9 people, and 9 people have different vision, and each person was on a different page. They want to do this, the other want to do that. The other think this is a good solution, but the other didn't know. It seems that it would be a nice solution. And mainly it's just like sometimes it gets personal, and things get personal, and then sometimes people just reject other idea and then follow with who they comfortable with, and sometimes they don't like that, and there's like a conflict with the like a big project. So what happened was I maybe quite not satisfied, but then that's what all think that should be for the last solution. But if we could, I think we could bring it more out from our project.
Very interesting. How do you sell your idea? Because you need to sell your idea to 9 people.
Yeah.
So how you convince 9 people that the assignment will be with your idea? You prepare something in advance. You prepare something in advance, and then you put on the table for the people to start to talk about your idea and see the benefit.
I think what we did was like not a good idea to portray your own idea, because like back then we did was like we gather everyone together, we just put everything down, and then things started overlapping, and the most important thing just cover advise the new idea, which is like not that effective as the first one, and then all these 9 ideas just like messed up, and it just like sometimes the essence that we wanted to lost, and it happened to be a different thing, because like one person may understand the thing differently, right? It's like, for example, we show something and they think I want to if I show and draw something, it's like for some person they would think, okay, it will be the certain way, but then other may think like a different way, and then when we started combining things together again after like giving the task to people, it's like it didn't correlate anymore. It's like the thing what the lead, I think for the group project the leader is really important because like they have to make sure what everyone is doing and what everyone is thinking that time. So it's like really important to be a group leader for this type of project. If not, then the I say not I don't want to say like follower, but then your teammates might think what maybe you have different opinion on Apple. I may have different opinion on Apple, but this time we have to walk same thing on the Apple. But then we put our own idea and our own philosophy and things. At the end, the product is like contradicting one same thing, but from two different backgrounds came together. So,
but that is nice because you are talking about leadership.
Yeah.
And then you are working
as a team.
And then, do you feel that you were a good leader? Or
actually, that time I wasn't the leader.
Who was the leader? So
it was the other. The leader was.
Because you don't like to be the leader, or the leader has more pressure. Or
that time.
Because when you are working as a team, I mean, someone
must be a leader.
Must be the leader. Okay, I remember there was last year, the last year in the same assignment, there was a group with no leader.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in the presentation day is the moment that you see that the group doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows what is the thing that needs to say in the moment of the presentation, and it's a chaos, no? Because presentation maybe took 30 minutes, no, to present the master plan, but since there was no people there, no leading, there was no leader to cover the gap when someone doesn't know what to say to something. And then, in your case, I mean, you were not the leader. Do you feel more comfortable not being the leader?
It's like, for me, it's like giving a chance to everyone with school, and I think like people, because like since first year, someone became a leader. It's just like, oh, everyone just let that guy be a leader for the whole semester. I think that's not effective. It's like more of open to everyone.
Who was the leader? Who was the leader?
That project we're talking.
Yes.
The Urban project.
The Urban project. Who was the leader?
Jessica.
Jessica. Jessica is a leader student also. It's a leader. It's a leader. And well, and anything from that part of the assignment that you guys want to say more about the urban assignment?
I think we need.
It was difficult, or what is the thing that we as a young we should put more effort
I think
to help or for the mapping? No, I remember for this year the word was mapping. All of you get crazy with the mapping, and mapping. And then
I think the structure-wise is okay. Yeah, the mapping is okay. The lecture is okay, but when it comes to the team, it's just like kind of chaotic. And not
so it's the fault of the student.
Huh?
You are saying that it's the fault of the student.
It's like since the start of our year, we didn't know how to actually structure the team. So I think teachers should like tell them, okay, in the real life project we will have like project manager, like okay, some do maybe I will focus on the drawing. Someone will actually focus on the drawing, and on the last day, it's like we could come up with
Something
at the like end of the presentation. We could say like, from my experience, I have like worked with my friends from Singapore, and they like when they start doing the project, they have their each role like defined. No one change anything. Only help like, okay, the project leader will take care of certain things, like they will manage the project, they will do drafting, and they will do something, and they will be like the specific person who will do 3D model. So that person only do 3D model. He won't do anything. So we know like what other want, and then okay, if I do Photoshop and like graphic, that person only focus on graphic and Photoshop everything. So that's how most of the school, like my friends.
That is. I mean, I think it's good. It's a good idea. We explain how the thing
actual
works should be done. Okay, the only thing, the problem that I see is like that one. It's like if you make that, the people that is going to do the visualization, they will say that until the master plan is not done, I can do the images, no? And then they are not going to incorporate. So actually, it should be something flexible and adaptable. No? That the people start to work as a teams in the very beginning until the end. No? But focusing it like every task should have a kind of leader.
Like I mean like a leader for different tasks. Yeah. When we do it, we actually
but it's like everybody's involved. No? Maybe in this part the leader is one.
Yeah, in this part,
middle part will be another leader, and at least everybody is moving as a.
Yes, but then when we actually do it, we just like everyone work together. But that person who named under something, he should know what it's like. Certain things have to be done together. That's like my suggestion for the juniors.
It's a good suggestion.
If not, what happens like if we want to know something, we just like fine. Oh, that person. When we go to that different person, they will just like go back to the other person. It's like things just pass around, and like it just like delay some process.
Good. And then later we did the market side,
Parametric.
and then parametric. This was parametric. This was a parametric solution.
That was. I think that's where everyone got afraid.
Yeah, really? Why?
Because I think for our curriculum, we start using software only on our second semester of second year, not the first, second semester, second year. So we were like very late on learning the software, digital software. And then when we move to third year, we stay like new to it. And some people just stick to the hand draw. Some people like go on software, but then stay like learning process. Like we didn't actually quite not familiar. And when we quite get familiar, and then on the fourth year, it's like parametric. It's like a whole new different
well,
like
software. I mean, actually, it's not like on the 4 year
On the
parametric.
yeah.
I mean, this year it was like this because
parametric.
I was like, oh, I'm going to do something new. Okay, let's go to do a market that is a big roof, and then let's go to use the parametric idea, no, to make design. But I think next year we should repeat to make the parametric, because this year the idea was to achieve the parametric. But I think that from the 30 proposals, no one reached to define something related with parametric.
And also, we didn't have like the ideal concept of parametric. Back then, it was just more of functional and more practical.
Yeah,
but like with the play of the form, I think the school also might need to like provide some courses.
Yes.
That's
I mean, that is it was one of the weaknesses also that I saw, that we were talking about parametric. We put some samples of buildings, no, that are using this area, but I saw that it didn't work. It didn't work good enough to get the parametric idea. No? So that's why I mean, I still thinking. I found I won't say another solution because I don't know if you can fix it, but figure out how it can be, to not happen the same thing that the semester that you did. Guys.
That's why I asked like whether we could have like a workshop like for 2 days during weekend, just like hire someone from outside who's actually good at it, and then we just do a workshop for studying software.
Yeah, actually we are thinking for the construction class to incorporate this thing to.
It would be nice to do it. Everyone,
and then we can put like a short assignment in the construction class with this thing, and that is giving you the foundation to explore in the design class, to achieve the parametric design. So that is the thing that we are trying to figure out now. Try to make it real. Yeah. And well, what about you? You don't want to say anything to
I mean,
your
like,
juniors?
it's the same. My problem would be the software. Like, whenever I would be like, okay, I want this form, but then when I start like with the 3D itself, like I couldn't make it
So,
like know how to do it because of the lack of skill as well. So at the end, the outcome becomes like totally different one. That's why I think it happened in both the market project and the high rise as well. It was like a bit different.
that is something that, for example, when I put the requirements, I talk about, we're talking about design concept, okay, the idea and blah blah blah, and then I put like that geometry section, 2D drawing, 3D drawing, about that idea, how you make the geometry of the concept that you are talking. And many of you were asking me, what do you mean by this? Yeah, because what were you trying to say by that? And it's this thing, no? I mean, when you are talking, at that one, I remember that I learned this thing as a student, no? Because it's like we can talk about the design concept, and later you are going to draw in the computer. Okay, and the point is, for the computer, you open the AutoCAD, no? the Revit, no? That is now. And the second question is, how much is the height? And it's like, fuck man, you are in the design concept. It's like, you don't know this thing yet. No? So then that was like, the exercise previous to jump to the computer should have, you have sketches, no? To try to explain how is the geometry. No? My building is going to be one within this rectangle. The rectangle should be open and flexible in the center or in the side. No? And then I start to draw that concept. No? I start to put the geometry to figure out this thing. And that information, once that you have this understanding, is the moment that you can jump to draw this thing in the software, in the computer, because you know already what is the thing that you know. It's happened this thing that you are saying, that the software draw it for me. And it's like I could not control the software. Okay, it's like the software, especially Revit, no, is super powerful. I remember to have these conversations when I was a student in the cafeteria. No? Studying in Europe is different than here. And then the best things happen in the cafeteria. No? So then you go there to the cafeteria, and then with the friends, and then you start to talk about ideas. And I remember that moment we were using AutoCAD, okay, Photoshop, and 3D Max, no? And the SketchUp start to be the last 2 years when I was living. There was a software called SketchUp that you can do 3D visualization very fast, but it was not so advanced nowadays. No? The SketchUp now you can do marvelous. No? In that moment it was super basic things. No? And then we start, imagine that there is a software that you can do the volume, and then you can cut, and then you cut the other way, and then it's giving you already the section. Fuck, that is Revit already. So then when I start to see all these things on the Revit, it's like, wow, this is the software that we was trying to imagine. Wow, one day should be one that is Revit. It's super wonderful. But the point is, it's asking you. I mean, you don't have the feeling that you are drawing. You are commanding. Yeah. It's like you pass the command. You don't feel that you are drawing. So that's why I think there is this step that you have your concept. Then you go to find the geometry in sketch. Okay, so it's going to be a cube, or it's going to be a cylinder, or it's going to be this volume. If we are here in Thailand, the Thailand is telling me that I can be only in this volume, and within that volume, the shape can be whatever. Okay, but you need to have this clear vision, because if not, the drawing become very, the design become, as you said, no? That is, you didn't draw it. This was Revit.